What is going on? I'm Zedmont. We are a little bit late for the second straight season. I am on 3 days off for vacation for skiing, so a little bit unfortunate, kind of like what that statue my sculptor just made pathetic. Anyways, gonna show you two different tech trees as we turn the sounds back on. I like playing with sounds. I know most of you don't, but I gotta say the Boom Beach sound effect team did a pretty darn good job. This tech tree, I went and got green mines. Green mines are basically a must-have. There's too many troops that are wrecked by mines, whether it's riflemen or Zookas or warriors. Green mines are basically a must. On this tech tree, I skipped the heavies and the troop health and the troop damage and just absolutely ignored that. Went down this bottom road and got smoke, helping a little bit with the all rifle rush. I don't recommend any of you do all rifles, by the way. I mean, it works, but it takes a whole bunch of skill and planning, and you screw up a lot early on. So maybe not the best bet, but the naked base is always one of the bases I like to do. So shock mine's absolute game changer. This made my attacks far better because I didn't have to rush quite as much. See, doing all sorts of winning here. Let's show you this replay right here. This is me coming in. I like to get that right-hand side. 3 boats on the right, 5 on the left is my general feeling. And then just a couple smokes, a shock, and down goes that third engine room. And when someone's using warriors and they run into shock mines, I'll show you what happens here. They come in trying to be all sneaky and then shock mine. Shock mine, retreat, get the heck out of there. Just absolutely, like, I try and hide my shock mines a tiny bit. Obviously, they're not perfectly hidden. Could be done a little bit better, but if you look at that on a quick glance, you don't see any, but there are all sorts hidden out here in and around the engine rooms. So a lot of people don't know you can hide shock mines with flamethrowers and machine guns. Flamethrowers have to be max level though, and I've got one, two, like I think this one only has, yeah, we got a whole bunch of flamethrowers. Wasn't sure what the best choice was there. I figured flamethrowers will be best against warriors and the heavy rush and rifles, I suppose. So we're going to do one live attack. I'll probably screw up just because it seems to be the way. And then I'll show you my other tech tree because that one also doing fairly decent. So this one, we should be able to get through all of these mines. Those back 6 or 7 or whatever there is there make me a little bit nervous, but I think we can go something like this. 1 boat and then 2 more boats after the fact. And the reason for that is that way that first couple boats, those first couple riflemen off the boats clear all the mines, and then those other 5 boats come in behind, and then 5 boats for the left-hand side. That's my standard split this season, is 3 for the left, 5, just 3 for the right. I can't do left and rights in Boom Beach for some strange reason. And then a couple smokes, don't have to be perfect with these smokes for obvious reasons. Re-flare and then throw that shock out there, trying to get all, look at this, we actually got a decent split. I'm going to keep that shock going as our troops start to come in, and then I'm going to go around the outside and then into there, hoping that we can survive all of these flamethrowers just trying to melt our faces. So don't have troop health, I don't believe, and our riflemen did not do super duper well, but managed to get a decent time. 3 minutes, 10 seconds, probably going to lose, but just wanted to show you that, oh, we did win. Sweet, sweet action. Pulling out the win live on the YouTubes. So riflemen are viable, but you got to be super careful with what you do. And that's why I moved that engine room back just a little bit. That way they've got to walk through a couple mines, shock a couple things, and this base is doing okay. As far as the prototype, I went with the microwaver. Laser probably not going to be doing anything good. Shock blaster might be better off if you can somehow get it to grab brick or a heavy, but pretty happy with the microwaver so far. Pretty standard, easy choices as far as the tech tree so far. Make sure, I say this every season, don't upgrade your GBE nodes unless you've maxed your gunboat. Otherwise, you're getting 10% extra on top of like 22 instead of on 52. So there are those details. Quick details. And you see we're going to get into that building damage next. Probably ignoring rocket launchers for the moment, but this one will definitely be doing that. I will be back in just a sec. You're going to get some Speed Serum DVD screening. Okay, season 32. Now, I've already collected the chests here as well. This one is sitting slightly higher, as you can see there. It also started slightly higher. I said you needed green mines. Don't have green mines on this account, but I do have heavies. Now, if you're going to go the heavy rush route, I would highly suggest going the heavy rush route, then getting brick, which gives you battle orders, and then get the troop damage. Brick will save like 10 or 12 seconds with our battle orders. Troop damage will save 1 or 2 seconds. I did it in the exact opposite order, and it meant that I had to wait an extra chest just to get brick. So if you have the option available, I would highly recommend brick, then troop damage, but your mileage may vary, as they say. So we're going to give the heavy rush a quick go here. So I mean, everyone at this point is familiar with the heavy rush. I'm almost certain of it. We're going to go 3 boats on that right-hand side as well. And actually, this is the first time I've seen machine guns. That's kind of neat to see that machine guns are starting to come, which makes perfect sense. And then, come on, I actually used a flare that time, which is not super duper bright. One thing to be aware of this season is that with the heavy rush, you have to make sure the flare lands before you hit the battle orders button. Otherwise, what ends up happening is brick ends up staying behind, which is never a good time. Brick staying behind means that you're going to be losing your opportunity for future battle orders. And then, of course, we've got a couple med kits coming out because there's nothing left to do with our gunboat energy. Those right-hand side heavies catching up in our time, 3:15. You are going to beat people that are rushing with rifles because rifles can't go through quite so many mines. But smoke is on the horizon for my heavies, which will make them even stronger. So heavy rush getting rocket launchers is not going to stop a heavy rush. But if you have enough flamethrowers and machine guns and stuff, losing. Sad moment there. This season I slept in. I started my season at about 6:30 a.m., which I think means I missed about 5 hours, 6 hours of chests, unfortunately. So not the best timing there. This heavy rush, everyone has seen heavy rush over and over again. I feel like using what am I trying to say here? Using cluster grenade has many uses with rifles, but with heavies you just don't have those same uses because the battle orders to get them running to the back is just so incredibly useful. Speaking of not super useful, I feel like this strategy right here that I was doing with the rifles, not the best one because we are just sitting here waiting with nothing happening, and then there we go. Flare has landed, then battle orders. I have screwed that up so many times this season that it is incredibly frustrating. So if you ever see Brick hanging out at the shore, it means that you hit battle orders before the flare landed. You see right now, Brick, she's actually going. That is fantastic. Okay, so we're going to get, again, 316, need those shock mines. Shock mines are 1000% required at this point because everyone has Brick, everyone's heavy rushing, and my strategy, 327. We need to see that. I'm guessing that's going to be warriors. The fact that I don't have green mines, the fact that I don't have shock mines means that my base is just ready to get crushed. I want to see that 327 time. Now, don't get lulled into it's actually a heavy rush. I am impressed. So sending all of the heavies 327. You know what? Clearly, I said that felt like it wasn't the best strategy. Clearly, Adam showing us the way. Let's make like Adam, see if we can take this puppy down. And that's going to be my last hit of the day. Showing 2 different tech trees. I don't think Zookas have a place this season. You may disagree, but do let me know. If you're using Zookas with a bunch of success, would love to hear about it, but it just feels like Zookas and heavies not super duper useful. As people start to get shock mines, there's just going to be way less use for those puppies. Now, my GBE, little bit low here. I feel like you probably don't need to use any shocks. I'm guessing that's how Adam's time was so darn good that they just used nothing but battle orders. And as a result, I am not going to be quite as fast. We're going to skip the shocks next time, get those heavy rushes. And I said we've had heavy rushes in every season in the past. It's a little bit different every season, and as you can see there, my times definitely have room for improvement. So that's why it's always nice to watch your opponent's replays. I said I was only going to do one. We'll do one more. I want to get that 327. We're going to ignore the shock button completely and just throw our battle orders and rush through everything unless they have shock mines. And if you're at the same sort of level as I am or behind, you're going to want to keep your eyes out for shock mines because hitting a shock mine is going to be the easiest and best way to ruin your attack absolutely completely. So now that our troops are starting to get up there, we're going to battle orders right into there. Then we're going to get them running, and we're going to get one more battle orders, just keeping them moving as best as we possibly can, trying to get them going. One more flare, and then one more battle orders. Like, they are just absolutely on fire, but no big deal there because they're all just absolutely, the health on these guys is insane. So, and not to mention the damage, still nowhere near 327, but definitely getting faster, all by watching replays and ignoring not med kits and shocks. Now that's not going to last forever, but for right now, ignoring the shocks is a great way to get your troops going. I feel like probably should use at least a one shock on there, and I'll get better at managing my gunboat energy, but for right now, making a few mistakes here and there. So that is my quick primer on Season 32. Lots and lots of different ways to do it, but if you have a look at the 3 engine room level, you're going to see rocket launchers, machine guns, boom cannons. There are a lot of defenses here, so you're going to want to get into 4 engine rooms fairly quickly. So every step you make that goes backwards, such as getting heavies and machine guns, for example, and green mines, going to put you in a little bit of difficulty. That's why on this account, no green mines makes sense because we're just trying to get going into shock mines. Shock mines way more valuable. So if you notice something wrong with my attacks, please hit me up in the comments. If you've learned something, do that as well. And if you have any advice for keeping frost and water off your goggles, would love to hear that too. It's about 2 degrees Celsius here, 1 degree Celsius, and there was like in the neighborhood of 30 plus centimeters of snow. So it's a heavy wet day. Anyways, that is all for me. As always, thank you for coming in. Don't forget to go down into your creator boost. Make sure that you renew your creator boost every 7 days. It's annoying. Zedmont goes in there, or someone else. Just make sure you put someone in there. Help out the small creators. We love it when you do. Gives us all sorts of warm and fuzzies. Anyways, that is all for me. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace.